I'll make a post on there and be like, hey, I'm new to this. Can someone help me with blah? And then I'll get an auto mod reply being like, your question was not properly flared and your account has been banned from the subreddit. And I'm
You
like,
shall be executed.
what the fuck, dude? What did I do?
Yeah, I feel ya.
Yeah. It's not
That's
exactly
why
like
I
the
like.
worst, but still.
Yeah, that's why when I was on Reddit, I would stick to the small subreddit.
I
What?
forgot about Edgewide.
Edge wide.
Oh god, I love him. Oh, sorry. It just caught me off guard. I didn't mean to like actually cut you off.
No, it's all cool. I was just saying that back when I would still use Reddit, I would just stick to the smaller subreddits.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Seems kind of counterintuitive for what I'm trying to do, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
mean that was just my
I
experience.
like r slash games. I like r slash games a lot because that's where I get like a lot of like my gaming news from, I guess. And
Mm-hmm.
then, God, I sent you the link today, but I found the subgroup of safe for work porn Reddits, and what that is, so that way it sounds less nefarious, is stuff like design porn and like cozy room porn and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's literally just cathartic, nice instances of like world building or design or art or programming or whatever. And so I dove headlong into that today, and it was awesome.
This was probably a weird time to enter the conversation, and Adrian, you didn't hear about
Yeah,
the porn, but
I
Listen,
heard
it's
that.
different. It's safe for work.
I'm
Hello,
sure.
Saba. I thought you said you might not make it today. I'm glad you did.
I'm I'm literally outside, so who I don't know if I'll be talking that much. We're one of like
green.
some people came over because he wanted to, one of my friends came over because he's like a photographer, so he wanted to take a picture of the slight lunar eclipse happening. So we're
Cool.
outside.
Okay. Excuse me.
Let me
Uh,
text Carrie.
okay. While you're doing that, I wanted to go over just one some of the stuff I've been thinking of today when I wasn't procrastinating. Um, so as you know, like the SCP stuff is like more or less like good to go. I just need to actually get everybody's like ducks in a row so that way I can write the damn thing. But I was thinking about other stuff where it's like, oh, how am I gonna do? Because I really want to do a Last Airbender like session. I really want to do a JoJo session, and then I really want to do like a Pokemon session where you're like a Pokemon trainer like in the world. And the thing is that for all three of those, it's like, I could just do like a D&D adjacent system where you just have like stats and roll a d20, but that doesn't really feel like it evokes the same like, I don't know, like feeling of these like different things. So I don't necessarily have a solution for Pokemon or Last Airbender just quite yet, but I was thinking about JoJo because I was like, how do the fights in JoJo feel like while you're watching the show? And I realized that when you're watching the show, it's characters like, protagonist and enemy. Co-
Talking.
well, yes, but like if you take like the large beats from the fight, it's like a swing back and forth, and he usually swings once, maybe twice, and then there's the Dio fight at the end of like season 3 or whatever, where it's like 8 swings in a row. But and so I was like, huh, okay. What if I could turn that into a system where you have like not necessarily, well, you do have stats, but you're not necessarily rolling for stuff per se, but it's just like you start a fight on even ground with your opponent. Excuse me. Your opponent does something, they start gaining momentum in one direction, and then if you do something clever, you take their momentum and reverse it. And then if you get it past a certain threshold, you're able to like then win from that point.
Okay.
I made a diagram. I'll send it later when we're not on stream.
Nice. Also, Carrie says she's gonna be late, so go ahead start without her.
Okay. Um Shit.
What?
I don't remember. What were we doing? could, Miss
Wait,
Andrews.
stream to Discord.
No, you can watch it on Twitch.
I will do no
Yeah, I
such
can't
thing.
do that. Okay, my voice, I don't think I'll be able to talk for, like, right now because I'm gonna get into spotty area. So I'll just hear your guys' lovely voices.
Saba, I need you to scream as loudly as possible.
Right now.
Now.
I'm sorry, I can't. My current
You're in front
environment
of
does
your
not allow me.
family. Establish your dominance.
Sadly, they have the keys and I don't have a license. So I can't establish any dominance right now.
Damn it. Slash the tires.
Oh my god.
There's any of us. Ugh. Okay.
So
We were supposed to present the. No, we weren't. We already did that.
we did that. So Adrian, hello. I want to say that Miss Andrews could not have set the glass down without thinking because it has tomato juice in it, and she wasn't drinking tomato juice. Juan was. How does that sound?
The answer is there's no way. This is possible.
So that's what.
There's no way. She's gonna do
There's no way. That's ridiculous.
There's no way she could.
If I appear weak here, the trial's over. I can look for my proof later.
Benoit Blanc is my name.
Benoit Blanc, you see. My presence in this trial is purely ornamental.
As you have a piano and you just ding.
Phoenix, you're the defense attorney. Now, donut hole.
You see, this whole case has a giant hole in the middle, like a donut.
And then we get to the second part of the case, and we learn that there's actually another hole in the donut hole.
Oh my god, you guys are referencing. I mean, it's great.
Knives
but
Out is a
shouldn't we
great
wait for-
movie.
I feel like
Great.
Grossberg should be the one saying these things.
No, he has a blustering voice. Clearly,
Does
He's
he even
different.
come back?
No, he's dead.
Oh.
He got eaten by the Kermits.
Not
Oh, he
again.
lost the war.
He comes back in the next game. Just not this one.
a bitch.
Shit! I wanted to make it. I was hoping that he didn't. I was hoping he was a one-off character, so I could just make
No,
it canon that he lost to
He
the
actually
Kermits.
comes back.
I mentioned a while ago there was a really popular Ace Attorney fan game that takes place between 3 and 4, and in that fan game, because he's never mentioned in 4 onwards, they made Grossberg the victim in one of the murder cases.
Oh my god!
No!
That's actually really interesting.
Yeah, he doesn't appear in game 4 and onwards, but he does appear in game 3.
Like imagine
Come on,
imagine if in like Ace Attorney 4, right? Like after they added that 5th case into Ace Attorney 1. Imagine if they did a case where it's just like, yeah, Damon Gant was murdered in prison.
Oh my
You have to
God.
figure it out.
But
No,
are
I
we?
should trust my instinct.
They might just fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough.
The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual.
How'd you do that? He's so muscular, and also he's in prison.
Mr. Ashworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way he has anything. He's just bluffing. Who wants to do a
Alright,
British?
Sava.
Who wants to do a British accent?
I mean, I already have.
I could do the fucking ridiculous British accent that I was taunting Saba with yesterday.
Oh,
I'll
good
try to
God.
do something.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have 2 characters. Adrian doesn't have any.
Oh, he doesn't? Oh yeah, you right.
Yeah.
I'll try to do something here. Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
Yeah, that's good. That's great.
Nice.
What? Shut up!
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Shut up.
You're not thinking hard enough today, Miss Wright.
I'm pretty hard.
Thinking about you.
You may be hard, but are you wide? Did you think this wine glass will escape my notice?
I was just about to make a wide joke, you piece of shit.
I'm one step ahead as usual, Mr. Wright.
You look back and he's covering the entire screen.
Which, by the way, Adrian, I don't know if you could take a peek at the Twitch, but Edgewide has returned.
Good.
And he will stay there forever.
Then,
The quarters has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints.
fingerprints. What are those?
Yes, the little things that your fingers leave when you touch things, usually. There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass.
Only one? Well, whose were they?
Phoenix... No, they were not the...
they were a lot of hearts.
Oh.
They were
What?
not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were one of Adrian Andrews.
What?
Gasp.
Updated in the court record.
Okay.
That is why I said the person who would discover the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright?
Wrong, because she didn't discover the body and then put it down. It happened before, because it's fucking tomato juice, and that's weird. I can't believe I fell into another trap. I've activated his trap card.
You've activated my trap card, wide and body. Miss Andrews was probably the one was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Kurita.
I will now play Pot of Greed to draw 2 cards.
I will now play Pot of Greed to draw 2 cards.
That's still my favorite clip. I'll let you read this in a second. That's still my favorite clip of Michael from Rooster Teeth, where it's like super early on in his career and he's just playing that like digital Yu-Gi-Oh game, and it's literally turn 1, and his opponent plays pot of green into having all 5 pieces of Exodia and wins, and he just goes, "What?" and then video cuts. It's really good.
But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down in the dresser.
What you just said makes a lot of sense.
Tis. Now do you see, right? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well, and you're small and weak and I'm awesome.
And you're thin.
You're so thin. You're not even wide.
I'm wide enough to serve as a sail, Mr. Wright. I thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I've come to discover.
The truth, because you've said it 9 times.
Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict.
Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment.
The judge is like, let me go home, please.
Please.
The prosecution has yet another witness we'd like the court to hear from.
I'm so embarrassed from not being wide.
Another witness.
Yes. Bailiff, please bring the next witness.
Wait, so are we doing Phoenix's job now too, and telling him he has witnesses?
I guess.
Well, because remember, that's like the whole dealio is that Edgeworth is like a good guy now because he wants the truth above like victory. So
Yeah.
because he knows.
Wait a minute,
that-
what are you doing? You're literally spoiling it, Zach. Why are you doing that?
That was established in the first game.
No, it wasn't. It was that
Oh,
he
was it?
died and he came back, Zach, but we don't know the truth he's talking about.
He's talked about it 9 times.
What in the world could Mr. Edgeworth be thinking? Maybe he
You
wants
have to
something
think
other
about
than
the people that don't
victory.
catch on to things.
Anyway.
Oh, Saba has been muted.
Saba has no rights on this stream.
Sad.
She is.
Oh god, it's old bag.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
All right, Adrian, do you want
Yes.
old bag or
Sure.
not? Okay, you'll
take
take
old
old bag. I'll take Lotta,
Sure.
assuming that Lotta is a witness, because
Assuming
Please
that we
God,
get to
please
her.
God, no. Please God, no. I don't want to deal with them back to back.
all right, let's see if Saba's willing to behave.
Witness, your name and occupation. Look, it said the text said Ringo. Oh, my liver! Gotcha. I think I'm bleeding all my intestines out.
I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier.
Yep, definitely shit my intestines out.
filled with radiation.
No.
Oh, edgy boy, it's been what, a year since we last met, hasn't it?
She's married.
She is married. Well,
I
sorry,
just
no,
noticed
her
that.
husband's dead.
Oh.
Oh, this isn't a wedding ring. This is a power containment ring.
That's true.
It steals most of my
Power.
unlimited power.
It's the one ring of power?
No, it's a sealing ring. It limits her.
Oh.
It keeps me bound to this mortal form.
there are many ways to win a battle, Edge Boy.
There are many doors in life, edgy boy. You should be more happy to see me. I saw the report with a testament, but who knows under that helmet? It was the wicked witch of the witness stand. I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do.
Tell the fucking truth.
So today I'm gonna tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime.
Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know.
Shush! I'm talking to
I
my
like
dear
her fucking
edgy
riddling
wedgie
them with
right
holes.
now.
She's just fucking eviscerating the judge in Edgeworth, but then they just snap back to reality because everything in this courtroom must stay the same. Oh god.
Don't interrupt us, Gramps.
He's like, I'm younger than you are.
Yes, madam.
No, please, by all means, interrupt her. Please, before she can channel it again. Anyway, witness your testimony, please. It's true what they say. The youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, edgy. Now then, what should I start with? The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag? It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan.
John!
It was almost too much for my little heart to handle. I mean, the small one, anyway.
It's like,
Oh,
my,
no.
oh my god. It's like, my dearest George, and it's Jorge.
George, yeah.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over that on guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me, I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a weak child like him.
Aren't they the same age?
Yes.
I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Sorida.
But those are the two the same age. Oh, Grant,
Thank you, Phoenix.
you've taken the curse from me.
Oh, no, no.
Yes!
Spreading.
No!
Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night. Very well, please tell the court where you missed the night of the murder. Leave it to me, edgy poo. You're so wide.
So
Broad
wide.
shouldered. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, they had to draw entirely new sprites for like her body.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's not
God.
the excuse of they were saving space. They brought back this character because they liked her.
And
Well,
I don't
because, like-
understand
Well,
the
because
reason
like
why.
I'm aware of like the role that she plays in the Ace Attorney Investigations game, which I know is made by like a different company, but like it really does seem, and I don't know, maybe she does this again in the future, but it seems like she often shows up in costume, so that way you don't recognize that it's Old Bag first, and then when she reveals her face, it's a big, oh, fuck! You know what
Not
I mean?
again.
And so I feel like they like that.
I guess. Well, since I was the one on the job... okay, I was trying to crush a bug that was next to my laptop. I got him. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. The power of Old Bag infused into my strike and I managed to get him.
Oh no.
That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room.
It was a
Out of
man
poor
coming out
Juan.
of poor Juan.
It was on guard, man on guard. He was
He was
trying
coming.
to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
All right, I'm gonna question that immediately since obviously we
Grand
think it's
Prix
Adrian.
dripping
I was
from.
about to say insert Grand Prix
No.
joke.
No.
So Mr. Ungard came, okay,
Sorry.
blah, 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 blah.
See? It has to be him.
Sorry.
He was the murderer. He was
Damn
the
it.
mustard.
He was the mustard. He was
Right,
the
see.
Colonel Mustard.
Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
I rewatched the Clue movie the other day. That's a
It's
really good
pretty
movie.
fun.
It's a
Yeah,
real
it's
it's a
great.
real good movie.
Did you watch all the endings?
The version on Amazon Prime automatically has all the endings.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. Okay, what was I doing? I was gonna do. You saw my client. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
You're saying?
Yesy.
Yes. Lady.
What? Really?
Yes, what? Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person.
Why do I get a sense of deja vu?
Why is she speaking tongues at me?
What's happening?
Maybe to avoid repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further.
Person's face. Because she was like, I saw him, and he was wearing the steel samurai suit, but it wasn't.
Well, wouldn't
Right,
that be
yeah.
his clothes?
Well, maybe.
That is kind of true. Well, cause like, what were they carrying? Cause if the
The things they carried.
I don't know, it could be the face or the clothes. No,
I
no,
mean-
it couldn't have been the clothes because he wasn't wearing his outfit. Because his outfit's draped over the couch. Remember?
So face?
We could say face.
Face.
Because that was the thing. It was like repeated last year. That was the thing. The last one was that, as you just said, it was the Steel Samurai costume, and everybody assumed that it was Powers.
Yeah.
So we'll say face.
I
What's the
mean,
worst that could happen?
You get melted by your ray gun. That's it.
Yeah.
Adrian, is this an instant loss?
No.
Okay, thank God.
Fool, it was.
Please tell the core about the man's face in more detail.
It's just a very slow loss. No, you don't need me to tell you about his face. That soft, gentle look in his eyes and his effeminate lips. He had those DSLs, you know what I'm saying? His right eye covered by his silky hair, his sparkling, shining teeth.
he had those DSLs, don't you know? And then like the judge goes, nice.
Oh, okay.
His teeth were shining.
He wrote this song. You might have heard of it. My shiny teeth and me.
Chip
Wally-
Skylark?
Chip
Like
Skylark,
shining.
which by the way, I don't know if we talked about this before. That's a fucking perfect name for like a boy band, like one-hit wonder type character.
It is. Well, he's shining all around in this week's pinup poster, dearie.
Oh.
This week's pinup? Why do you? I mean, I don't care how he looks in this week's issue. Please stay with what you saw that night.
What? Unguard's face is the same no matter where it is, you know, you whippersnapper.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
Oh, dude, I don't fucking know. I don't know, cause he's.
I mean, if you say it's not important, it'll be funny. It was her reaction, you know?
Hey, dude, it's me.
I mean,
shining teeth and me.
my shiny teeth at me. Well, cause I mean, like, didn't she just say that she had no interest in him? So why does she have like his pinup? Right?
Is that relevant to the court case, though?
Well, no, it's relevant in the sense that she's a liar.
Right, but that's not
Wow.
relevant to proving whether or not this
Sure.
thing.
So I should say it was very important.
I mean, do you want to?
Is it funny or or do I lose health?
Do you want me to hang on? I don't actually know.
Tell me if I lose health, because if it's just funny, I'll do it.
I don't know if you lose health or not. It's up to you. You were full health, whatever.
Fuck it. full
What?
health bar.
I don't know. This game pulls bullshit sometimes.
I mean, this is on you, man.
Alright, well, you were implying that it wasn't important.
To be fair, your health bar isn't showing, and usually it shows you're about to lose health.
Like this,
Usually.
Like that affects this game. Alright, I'll say it's not important since you were implying it anyway and you hate fun. I guess
Thanks for pinning it on me, Zach.
I guess it really wasn't. You're welcome. It wasn't that important after all.
Miss Wright, you know why we say time is valuable? If not, I suggest you learn.
You wasted 3 minutes of this woman's youth. That's more valuable than gold to me.
Why do I suddenly feel old in the presence of her childish whining?
She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying.
What? That's bad for us. Real bad.
But that's how the human mind is. It also has a tendency to jump off topic. She strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right? Right, Phoenix?
That's because you're not the one who has to question her.
She can eliminate me. She knows I'm a spirit.
Do you know how easily she can exercise me?
You know how painful an exorcism is, Phoenix?
Alright, well, she said something about her going off topic.
So the pinup?
I guess. Well, no, because we could do that again, but this time ask about the clothes.
Probably. It was on guard. On guard, Phoenix! She pulls out a rapier.
Oh, God. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are, really, as if something like that matters.
But it does.
Now what was it? Oh, yes, it was the thing.
What thing?
From the Fantastic Four. That gaudy thing he's wearing. That racing jacket.
He was wearing that at the detention center, too.
The Dark World sucks, Phoenix. That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men.
What?
What the shit?
Right.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just blah 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 blah? Was it important?
So it wasn't a costume.
I was giving you right. I was giving you time.
Oh, I thought you were gonna skip it because it's just a repeat.
At least he wasn't a costume this time.
I mean,
That's
yeah.
true.
Because it's like, that's true, because it was found in Ungard's Hakama, but if he wasn't wearing the Hakama, how did it get stuck in there?
Maybe he was just wearing the comma and his jacket on top of for some reason.
I'm going to say it was very important.
Alright. You lose health.
Of course it was important, Your Honor.
Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important.
You don't see it, Edward? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright, witness, please.
Well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but I must.
I'm pretty sure that's the reason she lives.
He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's just for show.
I mean, I could press this, but I'm pretty confident that I'm just supposed to present this, because, like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
If you wish.
It was correct.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so scared because I want to get, like, a perfect. You know what I mean?
Never. You'll never be Von Karma.
Von Karma's not even Von Karma. Neither.
Don't invoke my name in vain.
What? Do you know what this is?
Ah, it's button 2 on the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it with a single glance.
Give it here, give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this.
Phoenix gets fucking shot to a billion pieces. Wow, she really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. On Guard's body during the full body search.
See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was that rascal on guard.
It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai hakama pants.
See? And on guard is the nickel samurai.
Witness. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt on Guard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? she,
Put it back on.
the animation of her pulling the ray gun up and shooting the side of her head, but because it's a toy, it does nothing.
God.
Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear.
God, I want to snap her neck. I hate this character.
Yeah.
If I wore the trendiest dress, but maybe I would put it with a ridiculous looking outfit. You agree this outfit is hideous, right? I got a tape recorder stuck in my chest. Let me tell you, it's heavy. So heavy I wish we could have switched to CDs ages ago, but I keep using it as a dream for all those kids out there. I wear it with heart with a smile on my face. You understand? Now take a look in the mirror. Your clothes are right as interesting as documentary on curling. You should take a tip from a tip from edgy people. He's got style.
Hey, man, I think curling's cool.
Yeah, curling is dope.
Well, hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. On Guard, the man, but Mr. On Guard, the nickel samurai.
Well, when you think about it. Hello, Carrie.
Okay, so why is she a space person now?
She was a security guard, and this is the outfit that she decided to wear.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Alright, continue.
She wasn't forced to, she just chose to.
Well,
Because no one's
I'm
gonna
pretty
stop
sure.
Old
I'm pretty
Bag.
sure that's the narrative, right?
I mean,
Did they tell
I
her to
think-
wear
Oh,
this?
no.
I don't remember that.
I thought that was
Probably.
the idea because it's like a superheroes kind of thing, and they want
Oh,
like
maybe.
a decorative guard, but also that's stupid. They just wanted to draw her like this.
Yeah.
They're really one and the same anyway.
This old bag. This is a very important point we're talking about.
Edgy Poo, do you think so too? Well, there might be something worth considering.
Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. God.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
No. She
Off the
lied.
ship with the fireworks.
Outright. This is bullshit. Like, oh, I misremembered. Then get the fuck off the stage.
Damn it. I fucking-
Alright, if you insist. Oh wait, Carrie's here. Do you want to take Old Bag?
Oh, sure, yeah.
I should be the one sighing, not you.
On guard. Yes, now I remember. The nickel samurai. That's right, it was the nickel samurai that I saw.
God,
Yes,
I
it
hate
would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder.
What?
He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that nickel samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
You just said that he was wearing the racing jacket, something that looks completely different. So clearly
It's
you're
the
just making this
same
love,
fucking
making this
thing.
up.
Is this my testimony or not? That's what I thought, bitch.
I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume.
What? Huh? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things, you nasty bad boy.
But the possibility does exist.
Ah, youngins today, I told you there was no way it was anyone else.
How do you know that?
Because I said so, and what I say is the truth.
Yeah.
I'm Old Bag, the all-powerful.
All baggy, all powerful. Now, I was just about to say, like, yeah, that sounds like boomer talk.
Oh.
At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago.
1 year older, 1 year more powerful.
That's right. You may cross-examine the witness.
Oh my god, there's so much.
It says if you press on the second one, you get an achievement if you're playing the HD iOS or HD Trilogy on Steam.
Oh, the second one.
I don't know why it does, but I guess you'll find out if you
Nickel
press it.
samurai.
Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket. Now he's not?
Not too long ago. Then let me ask you this. When you were itty bitty, what was your grand dream?
Huh?
What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper?
My dream? Huh? Well, I, wanted to be Judge Wagner, hero of the public's court, so what?
See? That's
What?
fucking lame. And look at where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you?
Well,
That would be me.
What I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things like that?
yes!
What is this, a court of law? Fuck you.
Okay, we're good.
Give
we're
me
good.
my
it's
next
fine.
dialogue
it's fine.
option.
It's fine.
I'm
it's
drunk.
fine.
Let's go.
He's just like, whatever. Shut up.
The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past.
Like
Well,
it's
if I
it's
want
like
you to
that. It's like that.
execute
It feels sort of like that John Mulaney bit of like, I never understood why someone could murder another person, and then I got cheated on, and I understood. I feel like that
Damn it,
right now.
Old
I
Bag.
could kill Old Bag with my bare hands.
You
can
can't
try to
kill me.
kill
I'm
Lord
too powerful. And also, I'm fictional.
You
And
can
also
try to
fictional.
kill me.
I'll just have to kill the person voice acting them.
That's
Oh.
fair. Hey, Adrian, do you want to take hold?
Sorry, Carrie, we're out of voice changing juice.
Okay.
Since when did court become theatrics over testimonies?
All that matters is that man was inside that costume. Isn't that enough?
I did not get. Oh, I did get an
Lord.
achievement. I got an achievement called Judge Wagner.
Nice.
I guess.
I don't know what the reference is, but okay.
Wagner,
I
I
don't-
barely know her.
Oh.
But we know he wasn't wearing the costume because it was draped over the thing, right? Although I don't think that's evidence. Why would that be?
That way, no one could see his face, of course.
But there's still no advantage for him that I could see. In fact, you would think the costume would make him stand out all the more.
But his robo arm, you see?
You are such a annoying child. You
Yeah,
know that?
what the fuck?
You disagree with
That's
everything
error
I say.
number 5, game developers.
I
that
love how
we've
she
noticed.
just like.
Yeah.
No, every time the helmet's on, you gotta just like.
Isn't that what you're always doing to me?
I got it. Maybe it was more troublesome for him to change in and out of his costume.
Was there anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show? Aw, dude.
Well, all of the
Ugh.
contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesture thing.
I just not to be gross, but like I just kind of like belched a little bit, and now everything just smells like chicken katsu. and,
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
I'm like both hungry and disgusted.
Did
Oh,
you have
no
chicken
good.
katsu?
Yeah, of course. I had LNL.
No.
No, I didn't. No, I had LNL for dinner today to celebrate the 4th. And
LNL
that
is
included the
awesome.
Jammin' Ninja.
Of course it included him. That's why when On Guard came out of Dear Juan's room, I didn't give it a second thought.
I see.
Well, anyway.
So let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it really was the Nickel Samurai?
As showy as ever, he was worth 5 cents. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning?
No.
You don't need to think too hard on this one.
Huh?
There's a contradiction in her testimony, and it's sitting in plain sight.
Oh, I don't think.
The question is what that contradiction means for us.
Well,
Yeah.
I have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay.
The walkthrough says for this is a rather easy one, and then present the thing on the thing.
Alright.
What?
Now I remember Nickel Samurai, that's right, the Nickel Samurai that I saw. It would be convenient for him to wear his costume to murder. Had to go out on a post-ceremony show right after the crime, you know.
Wait, but he didn't know anything about a post-ceremony show.
Yeah, but do we
I
have
mean,
evidence that says
Yeah,
that?
that's the
No,
problem.
he knew about the process. He just didn't know the confession specifically.
Oh, you're right.
Oh.
So we knew that.
Gatewater's engraved. It's different. Crime photo.
Can we look at Juan's autopsy report?
Juan's autopsy?
Yeah.
Well, we can't
does it say
check it.
anything?
No.
Ah.
Guitar case. Just Karita's fingerprints. Map of the hotel, which has not been important yet, which is weird. Gossip Land. Lotta's camera. This transceiver.
Wait. I'm reading the walkthrough and I'm like, this doesn't actually make that much sense. Whatever.
It's not.
Alright.
Shit, I forgot to water my plants today. I know my African violet is dying.
It has been murdered.
Let me know when you want me to tell you what to do.
It's chlorophyll.
I don't-
on your
I don't
hands.
know, because, like, apparently this is supposed to be pretty obvious, and I'm just like, I don't know, actually.
Alright, well, let me.
Is Rivals with the Jam and Ninja. I mean, I was saying, I don't think it's a profile.
Because, like, I could see why it would be obvious. Like, I'll see why it doesn't make much sense, too. But whatever.
Grant, what do you say?
It's one of those don't think too hard about it objections.
Oh shit. I don't know. When he was stabbing poor Juan,
Oh, yeah, because he was strangled.
he was strangled first. Is that it, Adrian?
You're getting close to it.
Really? So I'm not supposed to present the autopsy report to this?
Not the autopsy report, but this is the thing you're supposed to present on, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Not the autopsy report. But the autopsy report is the thing that said he was strangled.
Right, but that's not the
strangled
point you're
with the-
making here.
I'm
The
not?
knife?
That's not
Can
the point you're
you
making
be
here,
like-
but this is the thing.
Yeah, is it the knife?
I mean, he's wearing the costume.
Costume.
What do you mean?
I'm
Talking about he's wearing the costume, but then what? What does it matter? Why is there so much
What's
blood?
the photo? What's the photo?
This one?
Yeah, what the? Oh,
It's a photo of his
Oh.
murder. His moida.
he's Moida.
He was murdered.
I don't. God, I don't know. I just keep thinking
You're
of
about to
this.
lay down a sick beat.
I don't know. Carrie, you take a guess.
Shit. Sorry. What?
What's the point we're trying to make?
That old bag
he
is
must-
mistaken about something.
Yeah, it would
He
be
must
this.
have worn the nickel samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
Gary.
Well,
He-
it's
I
on the
mean,
first
he
page.
strangled first and then stabbed.
Well, that's what I said. And it's
Oh.
no.
Apparently
Oh,
that's not
then-
the right thing.
Then
What's on the first page?
What's on the first page? This stuff.
Guitar. I don't know.
I don't know. How would you know that he had a knife? I don't know. Were you informed? Are you supposed to be informed about this stuff? Because that seems like leading the witness.
You're kind of getting farther away now.
Bruh, I don't. Fuck it, whatever. Just tell me.
You gotta present the knife.
Hey!
But why?
Do you want me to tell you right now, or do you want the game to tell you?
The game will tell us, I guess. But still, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know.
Please take a look at this.
Photograph. Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work.
Your knife is no match for my space gun.
My space laser.
I'm immune to knives.
No, that's not my intention at all.
That's a knife that was used in the murder, correct?
Yes, you can tell by the fact that I'm inserting it slowly into your brain.
Ooh.
Ooh, delicious.
Ooh, shiny.
Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case?
You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it.
Is that what you're driving at?
That's exactly what I'm driving at. I don't fucking get it.
What are we driving at, and whose car are we driving? McDonald's run, everybody.
In McDonald's run? Saj?
Sarge? Stop.
Just record every character in the game just opening their mouth slightly, just going, Saj?
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 Ah,
Sarge.
Saj?
Sarge.
Saj. If
Saj.
Mr. On Guard was really in the Nickel Camrai's costume at the time of the murder,
Samurai costume.
Costume,
then
yeah.
it's impossible for his fingerprints to have left it on this knife. Wait, really? Did it?
I guess he has gloves.
Oh, well, okay, sure. Yeah, alright. Alright, yeah, fair,
Sure.
fair.
I mean, okay, I guess, because I can tell you why it didn't make sense to me, right? Because, like, I guess he could have been eating his costume, but I would imagine he wouldn't eat in his costume. He wouldn't be wearing the costume while he was eating, and then he would get his fingerprints on the knife while he was eating. Unless he ate in his costume, which is possible, I guess.
Which is possible, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. I don't know.
I guess it's fine if he ate in his costume, but I don't know. I just feel I
He's a
figure he
freak.
wouldn't.
I do
he
wish
ate
that.
in his costume.
Yes.
Like inside.
I thought Adrian was saying he ate his costume. I was like, what?
Oh.
Where'd that come from? No, I kind of wish that they had established a little bit more clearly that we're arguing that he was in his costume the entire time. But, you know, whatever, I guess.
It works. It's fine.
It works. It definitely makes sense. If I had thought about it a little bit more, I could have got it. But I was not thinking along these lines at all. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off. All right, well, there you go. That explains everything.
We've done it.
Because apparently
Oh,
it's that
that's
easy.
right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he?
He wears one glove and the other one's a robot arm, Your Honor. No.
Could I have presented the
Super
picture of the Steel Samurai or the Nickel Samurai? Since that
No.
but that would have proved the same point, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't one of the points where the game allows you to do multiple evidences.
Bullshit.
Sometimes they do, just not this time. He probably took off his gloves before he began the stabbing. Like
Why
the
would
flight
he do
gentleman
that? And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon?
Because he's
The
polite,
curse is
right?
back on you, Zach.
Huh?
The curse is back on you.
No, that wasn't necessarily the curse. That was more of just like obvious. Cause like, why the fuck would he do that? There's
You are
no way
cursed.
he would do something like that.
However, there is one possibility.
Then let's hear your possibility.
It's very simple.
It's very simple.
The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show.
Then it's not premeditated. Why would he have the knife on him?
Which is why he took his gloves off.
But murder still did take place.
It's well known there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim.
Yes, I've heard that before.
Maybe
Well,
now we've got bad
That's
blood.
right. Hmm.
You made a really deep cut.
What do you think? What do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory?
So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory? I mean, there's a lot, right? So I'm just gonna say that there's a contradiction, because I am supremely confident in that. This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony.
What are you blabbing about?
Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. On Guard was the killer. If that was the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. So the knife.
Sure. He present the costume because he wanted to be armored while he was wrestling.
I'm about to say, it's definitely the knife, because the knife came from the other room.
Also, I gotta say,
Yeah.
like, if you go to an inn and the silverware is gold, like that's like they're
That's some
trying really
high-end
hard.
shit.
I mean, it's
yeah.
definitely.
Gold
I
would
mean,
make shit silverware though.
it's definitely just gilded. Yeah. I'm about to say
I
I
mean,
worked
that
at a
or it's-
I worked at a retirement home, like a shitty retirement home, and like if you like went to the dinner early, you got like the nice table with the nice stuff, and they had gold silverware.
Well,
I mean,
I
it's-
retired.
It's not necessarily gold, or I don't know if it even be gilded as much as just like colored metal, but like they're
Yeah.
definitely at least trying very hard. Like that's a try hard.
That's pretty try hard. It's pretty gaudy. It's very Trump
pretty
Tower.
cringe, bro.
All right, I'm gonna present this because that's what makes sense. And if this is wrong, I'm gonna punch the game.
You'll try.
This knife was used by Mr. Ungard at dinner,
Yes, we did establish that.
which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurita.
I'd suppose.
However, you just said it yourself. At the time, the defendant held no intent to murder.
I don't sound like that, Mr. Wright.
I have no intent to murder!
There you go.
Much closer.
Chair.
Fucking wheelchair! If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he?
He'd bring a gun.
He'd bring a gun and shoot it through the door. Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1.
Your theory's from supposition 1.
And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. What the fuck is a glove mark? That's not real.
Gloved, marked.
Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over the place like bees on a hive.
I like to imagine the fingerprints are also on the blade of the knife, because like Madagard just like doesn't know how to use knives. Like,
He like goes to cut his T-bone steak like a guillotine, where he's holding both ends of the blade and just like
Yeah.
pushing down.
yeah, and then Adrian is just like, Matt, come on.
Matt, you saw through it like this. Matt, listen, you just use your laser like this, and she's
Oh god.
and she's like, hold on, I gotta take this phone call, and she turns into a morph ball and rolls away.
I'll
This
take this in
knife
the
was
other room.
planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Old bag.
Order,
anything.
I say, order
I'll
in the
shoot you
court.
with my ray gun.
Or the core.
Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
Literally just said.
To frame Matt on guard, right?
Yeah, Phoenix literally just said that. The judge just wasn't listening.
Well, I also wasn't listening. That's why I was worried.
Oh, cool. Great.
I think that was the purpose by the game designers.
Alright, cool.
It's a frame. It's to frame my client, Mr. On Guard, of course.
To frame?
Oh, hang on, hang on, something's happening in my screen. Oh, aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one?
Objection! But we just established that the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume.
What are you, Pain?
Objection!
Action!
And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife.
Nerd! Witness! no, he's like, wideness! And then he expands more.
Ah! Final wideness! Boom! His shoulders like crack the walls on both sides.
Oh my god.
Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Poo?
I love the idea of fucking Edgeworth just being like a rectangular prism, and instead of becoming like larger, he just becomes wider. So it's just taking the cube and then just like outwards without making it any thicker. That's so ridiculous.
I can't get any wider, damn it!
Did you or did you not really see the nickel samurai?
Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but
Are you saying you mixed up Mr. On Guard with the Nickel Samurai, his character on TV?
I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. A man is dead, you moron. Look, I was waiting around in front of the doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure.
Hmm. She
Look.
wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai. Alright then. Who are you waiting around for then?
That's top secret to anyone outside of security.
What the fuck?
I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Ron Karita, am I correct,
That's
witness?
speculation. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
The way you think, you are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
So Oldbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Karita.
Maybe. Phoenix. Maybe the old bag was waiting around for that person.
The old
God.
bag is right here.
If she's hitting at who I think she's hitting at, certainly possible. Miss Oldbag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you?
God.
And it's
Oh,
it's
That's
Adrian
me.
Andrews.
Who is this person?
This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On Guard's manager.
But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room?
It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor.
Oh, this is... Yes, I see.
He's reading the comics.
He's on the funny pages.
He's like,
He's like,
I hate that
Oh,
orange cat, now he
Garfield.
stands on two legs.
I can't read.
The judge seems to be really into that article. If it can be called such a thing.
It's like, that was very funny, Mr. Wright, you were saying.
When this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's...
Alcoholics
Davis?
Anonymous.
Adrian Andrews, and I doubt the witness thought so as well.
Oh, this is
Witness, what in the world are you?
Saying.
I can't.
I can't hear you.
I was very
Wait.
tempted, by the way, to commit to the bit of every time Edris says the word, the start with W just replaced with wide.
oh my god.
That'd be very
Watch out,
bad.
Phoenix.
though, so I'm not gonna.
I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling.
Got some information, some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation in secret, of course.
Right, because you stole the camera.
The hot
Old
pot
bag,
recipe.
a security guard investigations.
Oh god,
Ah.
that spin-off game
Oh,
would
just
be
for myself,
wonderful.
personal reasons and all that.
You get to be the asshole in that game.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here?
You have a mechanic where you get to like tell people to shut the fuck up and like you get to just talk endlessly and be like a piece of shit, but it costs like points. Like there's like a mana bar. But the thing is that every time you spend it, it just you immediately get it back.
God.
I really don't wide to do this. How wide, or I cannot simply let this point wide.
God.
Adrian. Adrian. he's like
I see.
he's like Bobby when he first started working out, where he's just focused on bodybuilding, but for Edgeworth it's wideness building.
Why?
Very well then. Witness, please testify about this secret information.
My back is shaped like a fucking Dorito, Your Honor.
Get ready.
It should be shaped like a slice of bread because you're wide, not triangular.
Actually, it's a block of cheese.
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old.
Oh, do I have to? Oh boy. That on guard is one evil, evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, So I took action. Action, I say.
No. Okay.
Ooh.
The defendant sent his manager. What a distasteful topic for this court.
Why, nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying? The truth is never pleasant.
Never heard that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person?
The truth is never pleasant is what I
Well, I'd
tell
have looked into
people.
this matter and found the truth that this arc proposes is in fact baseless gossip.
Sorry, it took me a
news.
second.
But should this be true? Then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim.
So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all.
Now,
Smash that like button.
Mr.
No, that
Moore,
was. You may smash the like button.
You may slash the like button, and you may
Smash that
leave a
subscribe
comment.
button on YouTube / OboTolken. Oh shit.
I
careful.
appreciate the plug, Carrie. Thank you.
The old bag seems rather excited right now.
That's right, On God is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth. Millennials these days.
Millennials.
Millennials!
As the old saying goes, you gotta burn old bags with fire.
You fool, I'm fireproof.
Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. Just like, just so many different like idioms.
Scientology?
Oh,
What?
Did you guys see the story of George Washington I posted for 4th of July?
the Brits suck and they stink, said George Washington, a man with the biggest neck in America.
One day, America is going to be the
No, I was
biggest
gonna keep
country
reading
in
it
the
in
world.
that. I was gonna keep
Oh, yeah,
reading
go
it
for
in that silly voice.
Go for it.
I just had to laugh because it's ridiculous. One day, America was going to be the biggest country in the world, and he was going to be the biggest president in the world.
But we was Brits.
Said a man from the crowd. George Washington just shot him with a musket. Any other questions? Said George. The man with the widest lat spread in America. Dude's back was shaped like a Dorito.
What's your routine?
Asked a fellow patriot. Kill Brits 6 times a week, then neck day, replied George, using a bayonet to scoop protein powder into his mouth. Don't make me read George Widesington.
Happy 4th of July, everyone. That's
Happy
my
Happy
4th of
country.
4th of
July.
July.
That's the most I've done to celebrate 4th of July today.
Same here.
You had L&L.
Yeah, but is that really 4th of July?
Okay, I'm back.
Hey,
Welcome back.
Saga.
Hi, Salvador.
I've been taking over Edgeworth for you. Also, you've been muted by Zach because he doesn't like
Oh.
It was a
Well,
joke!
then.
It was a joke!
Zach hates people.
Had to say that. I'm sorry. I'm mad.
Zach is
Adrian
not
has been muted.
Zach is not bastard.
Cancel Zach.
No! It's actually really funny
Zach's
because
funny.
Julie was kind enough to subscribe on YouTube, which I really appreciated. And as like a part of that, I was like, oh yeah, she's supposed to be like an admin of the tutoring center Discord server for when I leave. I'm assuming the Discord server will just die when I leave, but still. And so I realized that like if Juliet were to just show up in here, she could just mute all of us and then leave.
That'd be funny.
Got a huge scandal. Daddy sent down an old manager that goes with one. I cannot condone such districts, so I took action.
Shit.
Oh, and I got this top secret. There's no one else but you and me know yet, okay? And the entire
Okay.
and the entire audience.
Ib.
Wait! Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information?
Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drilled a hole into my brain, you'll never find out. My head is a vast cavern of never-ending nightmares.
I mean, I
Like
want
Kirby's
to.
mouth.
So I want to say, I want to present evidence, and my evidence presented would be. Why is OboTolken in this over party? Why? What did I do?
Cancelled.
No!
You,
Oh,
you know.
over token party. That's too clever for Twitter, Adrian. They don't do that.
You're right.
I want to present evidence and present Lotta's camera, because I want to imply that she stole the camera, which is why she knew about the scandal.
Sure.
I mean, isn't that just conjecture though? Unless she herself willingly admits it.
Right, so
Well,
that's
that's
why I'm trying to decide whether or not it's pressing further or presenting evidence.
When has conjecture ever stopped Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney?
That's kind of true. I don't know.
But yeah,
What happens if I press further? Can I then
Uh,
present evidence?
it doesn't
She'll
say.
kill you.
Alright, I'll press further. What's the worst that could happen?
Die.
If you
Die!
If you don't be a good girl and tell me where
Oh,
you got
no.
this secret information,
I don't like
you
this.
won't get to go home today.
What the fuck are you gonna do, Phoenix?
Body slammer.
Edgy Poo, what are you doing? Help me.
You're only going to the hospital.
What do I have to do with this?
Just do this for me. You'll get your reward.
This dusty cooter.
Oh god.
In that case, I definitely don't want your reward, but you don't leave me much of a choice, as you could probably annihilate me. The witness could have gotten her information from anywhere. It's even possible that it was spontaneously made up inside the witness's cavern.
If that's the cavernous head. If that's the case, then reject this from court. You can't prove it, so fuck you.
Edward's like, bold of you to assume that I'm straight, old bag.
Hell. And he lectures me on reckless blabbering.
But as long as we don't know where this information came from, it's quite a waste of time to focus on this line of questioning.
Where did Old Bag get her inside information? There has to be something I can use to figure it out. Sounds like just another tidbit of gossip, doesn't it?
But you can't just ignore it either. It makes your client look bad either way.
Well, I don't think I heard anything really out of the ordinary just now.
There has to be something we can catch her on.
Yeah. When I find it, I'm gonna press the heck out of it.
Alright, you do that.
I don't know, man. I want to go back to that and then present. I want to press this and then just present the camera, cause fuck it.
Sure,
Why
do
not?
it. You won't.
I will.
Do it, you won't.
Fucking dare you.
What's that from? There's from something. Can't remember though.
What?
Knowing
Do it.
Carrie, it's probably Oh, what? Do it?
No, specific. There's a specific. Do it. You won't. That I'm thinking of, but I can't remember what it's from. Like
Oh.
a specific one.
So no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Oldbag?
I thought we already saw this line.
Yeah, didn't I? I presented evidence.
Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that.
Witness! I hate to
Why?
say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it? Stolen memorial as well the victims. I'm gonna present it!
The tomato juice. That's how she got it.
The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart, also known as the living fish. That doesn't make any sense. Most fish are alive.
Oh yes, I remember that fish.
I remember that fish.
That vegan fish.
She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself.
I used to have a
Phoenix,
fish
if
named
you had a
Lotta.
chance to change your fate,
Have
would
you had a chance to change your fate? If you
you ever had
would
the
you
chance to
get a
change
pair
your
of
fate?
wheels?
Would ya?
Would ya?
Which you?
Would you?
On that
Would you,
piece of paper,
Oh,
she had written down some of her other what?
Outrage.
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 Oh, right, because he stops. Impressions.
Outragio sounds like Mario's like fourth rival. That's not. No one really likes him. He's like lesser
One
Wario.
of
He has
the
anger issues.
one of the Twitters, because I follow a lot of like Twitter accounts that are about like rejected or unused like assets from games, and apparently in the first Super Mario Brothers game for the Wii, like there's like generic Mario titles. If you dig through the files, you find two icons for a character that looks sort of like Luigi, sort of like Mario. He's like in between, and he's orange. And apparently, and you have an icon as well that's the same art style as the M in Mario and the L in Luigi, and it's S. And it's allegedly a third character that they were gonna put in instead of Toad, and his name was Sponge.
Yeah, and that's
Sponge.
no, that's Outragio.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I
Sponge
brought
is
it
his
up.
first name.
Sponge
Excuse me, his last
Outragio.
name is Bob.
Yes.
What about that being said, there was also like a thing about like Nintendo at the time was apparently using the word sponge as like a filler name for assets that were meant to be used in multiple places. So maybe it's not, but still.
Song.
Yeah, his placeholder name was Sponge, and then his real name was Outragio.
Oh my god, stop. What about the
Outragio
relationship
song.
between the victim and Miss Andrews? Oh, sorry.
Outrageous ideas, you say.
No. I said impressions.
Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless.
I was correct, thank God. Ah! That's it! That's the note!
Ah, I'm gonna shoot it right now. Ah! No, you see, this is something completely different.
Grant, you remember that animation I sent you of Blaze DeBest from the Investigation series, where his idle animation is literally, or his like when he starts a testimony is literally him just burning a stack of evidence.
Oh, that's
He's
right.
such a ridiculous character. I love him.
This is my top secret list of groceries to buy.
I have hiccups.
Makes sense.
When you are the one who took Miss Hart's note.
I'm a huge fan of wands, that's why.
I'm huge.
I'm huge. I'm whiter than Edgeworth. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with that evil on guard. She said herself, on guard, I'm his sidekick.
Because she's paparazzi.
She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Edgy Poo, you believe me, don't you? I was only trying to help out like the angel I am.
Oh,
It's
it's
only
canon.
one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before.
You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine.
It's good.
Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook it just this once.
You
Just
get
this
it.
one.
Just this one.
She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? No!
Of course.
Pile on more pressure, obviously. If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Can someone help me out here and just take over my lines for Phoenix for a
Ooh,
minute while I'm...
Scare you.
Sure, I'll do it.
I don't know. I tried helping.
No, you're already doing Edgeworth.
I'm not. No, Saba's here.
Oh, Saba's here, you're right, yeah. If you wouldn't
Did
mind.
you forget I was speaking the last like couple of lines?
Yeah.
I'm not changing juice on it. Still, guys, still allergic. Definitely still allergic.
Man.
Witness. You said the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct?
Stop. Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? You brat. I saved this piece of paper from the terrible, lonely trash can, that's all.
You lying devil, that I can prove it.
What's this fucking language? Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again?
Well, old bug. I don't believe the note of the thing who stole that night.
Do I really have to say the camera again? Or is it the guitar?
Stole the
It's
guitar.
rock and roll.
No, because the guitar... No, never mind, because the guitar was at the thing. So I'll present
So
this.
many voice cracks.
Dude, I'm fucking hiccuping. Give me a break. It's fucking
know-
hard.
Let me know when you want Phoenix to drink antidote to voice changing juice.
Who?
Why?
Phoenix, let me know when you want him to drink antidote to voice changing juice.
Antidote to voice changing? Wouldn't that
Yeah,
just be
'cause-
voice changing again?
Well, no, there's voice changing juice and then there's antidote to voice changing juice.
What is that made out of? Mud and water?
No, water and mud.
No, water and
Obviously.
mud is voice changing.
Muddy
juice.
water.
No, it's potion of mud, aka voice changing juice.
You guys know the recipe?
I'm gonna
What,
present
proportion of
Lotta's
mud?
camera because this is the other thing that was stolen.
It's like, you know how
Yeah.
Coca-Cola bottles have all the ingredients, but not in what, like, proportion? It's
Yeah.
like that.
Well, I mean that's like most products, but yes.
But yeah, that's what we're talking about when we say we know the ingredients. Was sold bag. Rhonda was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it?
That's really weird because that's twice now this case where we've had to present the same piece of evidence twice. Because we had to do it with the knife and now we had to do it with the camera, like literally in a row.
The camera?
What is camera?
What's a camera?
What is a camera?
What is a man?
All
A
right,
miserable pile of tech.
a miserable pile of mirrors. That's why I hate them. All right, I think I should be.
I can't see shit.
I can't see shit. I should be good to read.
Now watch as I both talk and drink this voice-changing antidote.
Oh, I get it. Yesterday, sorry.
Cool.
I thought you were doing a bit, and I was gonna give you your time because I didn't want to talk over you because I'm always talking over you.
Cool, well, guess I wasn't as
Literally.
good at that bit as I thought. Sorry, guys.
Literally, the one time I make a conscious effort to not talk over you, and that's the bit, and I ruin it. I'm so sorry.
Ooh.
Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera.
Why does the stream keep pausing?
Because Zach keeps muting and unmuting Saba.
Should I just
What?
leave?
No,
Are you sure?
I'll
Because I can leave.
I'll deafen you.
Oh, then I'll just definitely leave. There's no point in
She
me being
kept
here.
saying, you can watch the stream. She kept saying something like, my sweetie $1,600 camera disappeared on me.
What? Witness?
What is it, Gramps?
God, she really is a boomer. She has no conscience. If you have that note, then it's only logical that you have the camera too.
Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for?
No, that's the icon I just showed you. Ah, that's...
I still eat meals like you. I follow love and borrow things from people that
Like,
I
she
fell
could be
in love
arrested
with.
for theft. That's like a decent chunk of change that she stole.
I think your definition of borrow is a little off.
I saw that woman's business card, and when I noticed it said "Slime Bag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire,"
Ah, the SCPE.
SCP?
That actually fits.
well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of picture she had taken. If official security, this man business can do these things.
Bailiff,
Punch the shit out of this woman.
check this camera's photos. Hurry. We must
Get out.
examine them at once. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have?
There's only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case.
Everything else is Lotta's nudes.
Oh no.
My goodness, how did you know?
Please present it to the court.
Okay.
This is the Nickel Samurai.
See, I told you, that's the guy I saw.
This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter.
God, I just saw on Twitter there was a short clip of the White House is holding like a 4th of July entertainment thing, and did you guys? The clip is this white guy singing to Bruno Mars. It's not Bruno Mars, and there's like 16 people in the crowd when they point because the guy like sings the line and then points the mic at the crowd for them to answer, and there's like 16 people. It looks like
Ooh.
Wonderful.
What does all this mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
this administration though.
This
I mean,
proof
there's
by
also a
itself-
virus, but yes.
This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant, however. In his own confession, Mr. Angard clearly stated at the time of the murder he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume.
If that is the
God.
case, then this Nickel Samurai is...
Oh, every time I watch the clip, I cry inside. It's so sad.
I
The
can't.
defendant.
Yeah. Come on, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright? The court will consider them before we close.
I'm glad that we get a little bit more respect as the game goes on.
Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client?
Obviously not.
You're just like, yes. And then that's the end of the game.
If I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would put my life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there obviously has to be something strange, but what is it?
His arm? I don't know.
Because his other arm is, like, with all the gears on it, seems fine.
This one really tripped me up, but it makes sense if you're really perceptive.
Well then.
I mean, he doesn't have the spear, but that's not really anything. You don't need that for the costume. Do I get it? If I say something strange with it, do I get to look at the fucking photo in full?
Yeah, it makes you point at something specific.
Okay, thank you. There's something strange with this photo.
I knew this was coming. Right.
Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we can all agree there is nothing strange with this photo. There is no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster.
Debunk with a bunker buster. Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright?
That's a bomb, Mr. Wright. Are you threatening the court with a bomb?
Arrest
I'll
this
have
man.
you in jail.
Is that a terrorist threat in this day and age? Mr. Wright, how could you?
Defend yourself
Anyway,
in
please
hell.
look at the photo one more time.
If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance,
Oh, God.
correct?
Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot, especially when it counts?
Now
I mean,
then,
like-
let's hear your objection.
Ooh, whole health
What
bar.
about this photo is strange? Wait, I can't look at my evidence!
I said you could look at this photo.
I thought I was gonna like.
I mean, that's
I was
what
gonna.
you asked. We could look at the photo.
All right. Well,
Right.
I don't know. Why is there a teddy bear on that side? That's weird.
All right, this part tripped me up, but it makes some sense if you. Yeah, let me know when you want the answer.
Well, I mean, I wish I could look at like, because I don't remember what his outfit looks like 100%. So I was gonna go like back and forth between like a picture of his outfit and this to see if it's anything there.
Was there anything, like, kind of could possibly be strange?
remember what the scene looked like. Is the thing. I don't remember.
Just
Cause
thinking
like
with his outfit.
with his
Is he
outfit.
too short for his outfit?
Yeah, it's kind of bunched up. But that's the thing. I can't remember because we said the same thing about the Steel Samurai, and he had the exact same thing, right? Was that it was all
No, I'm
bunched up
pretty
around
sure.
his legs?
I'm pretty sure we see his feet in the evidence photo, so I think that might be it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, is that it, Adrian?
Grant, you into feet or something? Coming out on stream?
Yeah.
You want to free? Are you
Free?
Quentin? But is that it?
Maybe.
You can say
Oh,
you can say
maybe.
no if it's wrong.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's the fact that he's too
Brett
short
did
for
a
the
good
costume.
job.
Okay.
He remembered correctly.
Yay.
Perceptive. I didn't catch that, and I might have gotten a game over when I was playing this.
Oh no.
Feet.
It
Power of
looks
feet.
like,
Feet
or I
win
would like
again.
to direct the court's attention to this one area right here.
What are you pointing to? His ankles?
Are you into ankles or something, Mr.
Dude,
Wright?
this is really
Pinky.
just a repeat of the previous like movie star case because it's like
Steel
the
Samurai?
Pretty much.
yeah the Steel Samurai because it's the exact same fucking thing where it's just like, oh, someone wore the costume and that person is framing them, you know?
Except
Yeah.
with the added bonus of Maya being kidnapped. That's
Right,
just me.
which has done nothing so far, by the way.
Fun stuff.
It's done nothing except give us an excuse to hang out with Mia again, I guess. If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. I'm gonna look at this. Yeah, you right. Man.
Ooh,
Okay.
they're wearing those style socks. Cool.
Yeah.
Those are uncomfortable
However,
as
you
hell.
can't.
And what does that mean?
The costume person in this photo could not have been Mr. Alzard.
What is the meaning of this?
I object. I wonder if you would care to elaborate with actual facts, that is.
Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama.
His socks. You can see his socks.
Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama up just to walk. I mean, we can't see that, but yes.
I mean,
There's no
it's
evidence
obviously
of that.
bunched.
What? I guess. What?
There's only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Literally the same thing as before. Alright, I think I turned things around for myself this time.
That's curious.
Huh? What is?
Edgeworth is unusually calm today.
That's true.
He's just letting the trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride.
Along for the ride. I'd love to ride him.
Oh my god.
What do you mean by that?
Ugh.
I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all.
He doesn't feel under attack. Then I haven't damaged his case at all?
Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Matt on guard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless.
I figured it would come to this.
When did you figure this out? In the 2 seconds that you had to look at the photograph?
I already knew everything.
What?
Right, I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside this costume is not Matt on guard. In that case, who is this a photo of?
I mean, who's the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume?
Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think?
Yeah. Why is he so calm?
That's right. Let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph?
Alright, well, clearly, it's someone very short.
Pearl.
Alright, well, it's Adrian Andrews.
Adrian Andrews.
If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it's none other than this woman. This woman.
And why would you say it must be Miss Adrian Andrews? What in the world points to her?
For starters, she's short, and she can freely move in and out of Mr. Engarde's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Engarde that night.
But then how does that all that add up?
It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Engarde's fingerprints all over it.
The knife that was used as a murder weapon.
No,
Why don't you just say what it is you want, right?
I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around.
I want you.
I want you! Tackles him, starts making out, rips off his
Oh my
pants.
god.
Anyway,
Okay.
the defense moves to indict Miss Adrian Andrews on the murder of Juan Carita. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. But why?
Order.
That's still the thing that I don't get, because it's really obvious that she did it, or at least they're making it really obvious. I still don't quite know why she did this. It must have something to do with the suicide note, obviously, but still, I don't know.
It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
this court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony.
Really? So we're skipping
We'll
Lana.
do it tomorrow.
We'll do it tomorrow! Alright, this is it.
This is kind of bad for us.
Huh? What do you mean?
If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day.
One more day. Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya...
Yeah, my sister's gonna be a spirit too. Well, it's not so bad actually, Phoenix.
Well then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow.
What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court. I mean...
Raise an objection.
I'm objecting to my own indictment?
I guess.
I don't know. That's weird. I had to raise an objection, because otherwise... Because, wait and see... God, I hate that phrasing. Because wait and see seems to imply that someone else might object, right? But who else knows? No one else knows about this. Except
So, yeah,
maybe,
you
except
gotta-
maybe Edgeworth. But I don't really think so.
Edgy boy.
Edgy boy. I don't know. I'm
edgy
gonna raise
boy.
I'm gonna raise an objection, because why the fuck not? Adrian, will this decision kill me?
No.
Thank God.
Now then,
Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. We must pass a verdict today.
I can't do that. I want to go home.
Wonderful.
I miss my
Oh.
wife, Phoenix.
I miss my wife, Phoenix.
I abhor wasting such valuable time.
What the fuck is happening? I don't know. Oh,
Oh, it's because of.
Yeah.
what?
Continue.
Oh, Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
But I want to go home.
But I
I
want
wanna
We cannot
go.
continue to do this unexpected development.
Tisk tisk. Unexpected development.
No, I had asked Adrian Andrews to come here earlier.
I think you underestimate me, Your Honor.
I knew from moment one, despite the fact that we had to take a tangent into evidence that we didn't know existed.
Fun stuff.
And what do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Miss Adrian Andrews is all. Happening according to plan. Even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on. Maybe he didn't even catch on.
What? You're so good at your job.
What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. Ha ha ha, ha ha. She is the next witness. Ha ha ha.
Everything was planned out in advance by that man.
Oh, geez, okay. Somehow I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle's far from over.
What? I thought we were getting close.
We're not getting close, Phoenix.
Exactly.
Man, I don't want to have
Well.
to bring up her suicide. That'd be fucked up.
Very well.
Oh, you're going to do so much more.
We will
Right.
call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. I'm going
Yay!
home. Please
Going
prepare your
home.
witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth.
Jungle Chin.
Dodgeball!
He
Court
goes.
will now
The court
take-
will now funk as a dodgeball just clocks him in the head.
But we'll now take a 10-minute recess.
Yay! Who wants to play Warball with me, guys?
Oh my god! It really is not close to being over.
You guys remember Warball?
I do remember
I do
wall
remember
ball.
Wall ball.
Wall ball was fun.
Yeah.
Does
good
any
time.
who remembers Foursquare?
I was actually going to mention that if
I-
no one did.
Dude,
I
I
fucking
was-
love Foursquare.
We
I
had a big
was-
tetherball thing.
Dude, I
Oh,
love
oh,
tetherball.
Tetherball.
dude, tetherball.
I was
Those
immensely
were-
bullied in elementary
Yeah.
school, and I was not allowed to play Foursquare with anyone else.
Yeah, I never
Why?
really played
Wait, you mean like
Foursquare.
they just didn't let you? Like they would just be like, get out of here?
Yes,
Oh, okay, that's sad.
Damn.
I have memories of Foursquare. Memories. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool. Didn't laugh. Very unepic.
She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. I remember that in summer camp, whenever we played Foursquare, I very rarely got to be the leader, like the person in square one,
The number one.
because people were just better than me in general, and also people would do bullshit like they would hit like the very corner of your square super fucking hard so it would bounce 40 feet in the air, and they'd be like, too bad, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I left. But every time I got into the first square, because you're allowed to just declare whatever rules, I just made
Yeah.
up a new rule every time, but it was never like a bullshit rule that would keep me there for like too long. It was always a rule I thought of while I was like waiting in line. And it was all stuff like, I remember that if I had one of my eyes closed, you had to have one of your eyes closed as well, but you got to pick which one. And then like there was another one where it's like I challenged everybody to hold their right arm behind their back, and that was purely because there was one kid at summer camp who was left-handed, and so he was able to like get all the way into first square, and I was like, yes.
Nice.
Anywho, I just remember that being fun. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her.
So after the ceremony during the break, huh?
She stabbed the shit out of you.
I was sleeping there like a log the entire time.
It was a hard day's night.
See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button on your Alcama.
Because she was the one that came to wake me up after the Grand Prixing. Then, dude, you're saying it was really her?
Yes, she's the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Carita.
But why? I thought she was buds with Juan.
I thought she was Bud, and
Oh.
she has her own agenda.
Her own agenda? What are you talking about? Is this the gay agenda I keep hearing about?
Cut to her with like a schedule. It's like 8:15 murder Juan Carita.
it's just in her itinerary. I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be all right. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today.
Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dead?
Oh, based on how this is going, I can only imagine that this is gonna be another fucking horrible ending.
Phoenix. You think her motive is related to Celeste Impacts' missing suicide note, right? Remember that part? Remember that real part that you're gonna definitely bring up in court and make her probably break down in front of everybody? Yeah, remember that part?
Yes.
What
Okay.
time was the meeting?
What time is
The meeting was at
Oh my God.
2:50.
Where was it? Where was the meeting?
It was at Studio 3.
No, but what time was it?
It was at 2:50. Have you seen my badge?
Oh, okay.
But who is in the costume?
Boo.
plane?
When I talked about, because I had to explain like Ace Attorney a little bit to my sister the other day, because I was just like casually chatting, and I kept and I had to explain to her how like they'll oftentimes repeat the same line 1,000 times to make sure that you noticed it, but we're not fucking kids, so obviously we picked up on it the first time, and I just used the example of, have you seen my badge? She actually started cracking up, and I was like, oh, I didn't think it was that funny, thank you.
Nice.
Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live. I don't want to talk about this. See, I'm just skip this.
Yeah, okay.
I just legit don't want to talk about this.
Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts.
It was Edgeworth.
It was Eggman.
Looks like he's still the one in command of this ship.
Dude, a fucking
The egg
Ace
ship.
Attorney game, but it features like the Sonic cast.
Oh,
We're on
no.
it, shit lips.
Don't let you go down yet.
Oh, I have to show you that comic. It's so funny.
Pardon me.
Hang on, let me post the link to it.
Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. I'm back from my home.
The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corrida's room. Da-da-da.
She's still just idly flipping that card.
What is your occupation?
What is your occupation?
I'm the
Tell me
manager of
your
the.
occupation.
I'm the manager.
What
of
is
the
your
defendant.
occupation?
I'm the manager.
What
of the
is your
defendant in this-
occupation, though?
I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt on guard.
Ah, but a
Such
quick,
good
but a quick question. What is your
Occupation.
occupation?
I see. Now then.
Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request.
What is your request?
What's your occupation?
What is your occupation?
Well, yes, sir. What is it?
I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing.
How am I so short?
I would love to find out more about your relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently.
No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossip Land. That's crazy.
The judge was ever a prosecution witness. He'd do all my work for me. Hey, he is in a later spin-off game.
Well, he's not
Spoilers.
Phoenix's, but
Right.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could tell us about your relation to the victim.
yes, I was seeing Mr. Karina. I was also aware of the rivalry that exists between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself.
So it was a fry and bait matter. Well, what's it, a bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing.
Fish.
But I didn't kill him.
No one is accusing you of that.
I am.
I think there's someone who would beg to differ.
What kind of asshole would possibly... Oh, I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews.
Very well then. Witness, please testify to the court. About what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place.
I thought that said booty.
It was time for booty. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room.
What time was it?
It was,
What time was the
Booty.
meeting?
it was
What
very
time was the
occupied.
meeting? Have you seen my badge?
He was in his costume, was very occupied, and I knew not to bother him. After that, I went to Juan's room.
It was filled to the brim with his grand. It was filled to the brim with his Grand Prix.
He was preparing for the Grand Prix on stage and doing some, in the bed in his costume as usual.
Some pre-warm-ups.
Yeah, some pre-warm-up. And there was his dead body. I was in shock.
I set my glass of water down.
But I saw
Oh,
naturally it was
God.
the exact same scene as in the crime photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice.
Tomato juice?
Wait.
I mean, I guess if that's
Wait,
the
wait,
only
wait,
thing
wait, wait,
there.
wait, wait, wait. What?
This woman has terrible taste.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no,
Okay.
no, no, no. But that doesn't make any sense because the whole argument was that she set down this glass because she was shocked by seeing the thing. She just said that she poured this glass after witnessing it.
You poured yourself a glass of juice.
Yes, sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing.
And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor.
Right, I see. Well, it's right. You may cross-examine the witness.
Phoenix. She's one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match.
Don't worry,
rock
I'll just
is
turn up the thermostat in the room.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I know.
In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. Use something emotional to break her. You should disrupt her pacing.
I don't want to.
You should throw her off a rhythm.
And now you gotta throw it off a rhythm.
Disrupt her pace. Tell her her ultimate weakness.
Street smarts! Street smarts! When you have a woman and you think that she's actually a murderer, what you gotta do is you gotta start by bringing up her attempted suicide. Street smarts!
My goodness.
And then, once she's reeling from the emotional trauma of that, you ask her about her affair.
And then you ask her out to dinner.
No,
And she's
No,
crying, and
no,
now you're
shush,
going to jail.
shush. Once you get her, now that she's clearly off her rhythm, she's staggering back and forth. Now you ask her the ultimate question: what's your occupation?
Gets him every time.
Man, this is fucked up. I don't like
She's the
this.
type of woman who is easily thrown off her rhythm. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over.
I
Understand?
don't know, dude. I don't know.
Full
Use
offense.
use anything you have against her.
I
Sure would.
kind of refuse, unless Adrian
would.
tells me I have to.
Sure would be a shame if I had a breakdown right here on the witness stand in front of everyone.
I could just hear
Juice?
Maya in the back, or Mia in the back, just saying, "You know what you have to do, Phoenix.
I don't know if
You
I
You
have
know
the
what you
strength
have
to
to
do it.
do."
Yes,
know
there
if
was a
I
bottle of
can
tomato
say.
juice on the table, so I helped myself.
But you didn't drink any of it, did you?
Huh?
There were no lip marks left on the glass to suggest that anyone drank from it.
Oh, I didn't touch it with my lips, I'm just cool that way. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it.
I mean,
What a waste of tomato
let's
juice!
be honest. That's like incredibly stupid. You pour yourself something just to.
She's
it
in
down.
shock. I'm sorry, have you ever tried to commit suicide? You don't know how her brain works.
That's a little personal, Dak.
I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily.
So you know what
The
you
only
have
way
to
to make
do.
her is to
Keep on the offensive and not let up. So is that just them telling me that I have to press everything?
the only
Not
way you're gonna
necessarily.
catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence.
I have to find something. I just have to, for Maya's sake.
What? What would possibly work to my own advantage?
I don't want to, Adrian. Can you? I feel really bad about this. Like the tension is getting to my shoulders. Can you just tell me what I gotta do?
You gotta press
Get
the
through this
third statement
estimate.
and then the fifth statement.
Third and then the fifth.
Yeah.
You were in shock?
What? Was I not supposed to be?
Sandra's is a very calculating person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had any romantic feelings for Mr. Karita.
My boyfriend's dead in front of me. Of course I'd be feeling a little bit down.
Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock.
Hey, Edgeworth, can I ask you a question?
What? I just stubbed my toe on top, like at the bottom of the stand. What do you want?
That's not what I was gonna ask.
Your own self.
I want to know, what's your occupation?
My goodness, my sir, I am a tea collector, and did you not know?
Fuck.
I'm
That's
your
it. That's it. Like on his
husband.
business card, it says like tea aficionado, and then in smaller text, prosecutor.
And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked.
Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not.
He just starts getting really jealous.
I see.
Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Carita, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself a glass of juice, correct?
And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time.
Your mind was a complete blank. You didn't think that, I didn't think that was possible for you.
Aren't you rude today?
Aren't you rude
Yeah.
today?
I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake, that one thing.
What one thing?
Never mind, it's no big deal. Just shut up.
What was she starting to say just now? I'm gonna press further, cause fuck you. Miss
You can't let
Andrews!
up.
I am convinced that as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what that mistake was.
Actually, so would I.
So would I!
Tell me.
I just want to know what's going on.
I'm sorry, it's just, kind of embarrassing in front of the entire court,
Seeing him there, lifeless and bloody, I couldn't help myself, so I started masturbating.
Oh my
No.
god. No.
So sorry.
Jesus Christ.
So
That's not where I was gonna go,
self-restrained.
but okay. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over.
Oh, that's interesting.
She has very blue pants.
I thought they
Flower
were
vase,
mint
are you-
green, but still very unusual.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? The one on the floor in the crime photo?
My grandma had turquoise pants, so
This mess of
Oh.
glass shards?
It was originally on top of the dresser. When I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case.
Why did you withhold such an important piece of information?
I'm sorry, I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was another part of the mess.
We did.
It looks like yet another fact has come into light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony.
Okay, so now there's like a new 5.
I'm sorry, but
Oh.
I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else.
Wait, is this 5?
Or you already pressed the other one, so you're good.
Oh, okay.
You got it. Yeah, you did them out of order, but it's fine.
What kind of flower vase was it?
It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought it would try to take one's pulse. So I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser. And that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase.
That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself.
That's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality.
Mind the gap. It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now.
I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to...
Keep on the offensive. Okay.
Okay.
Really? Alright.
And talk about her true weakness.
You got evidence to present now.
I've evidence for this?
Yeah.
I mean, we have the guitar case. I mean, it has Karita's fingertips, but only on top of the lid. I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? Right? Right?
Can you go back to
Why
the
is this over
crime scene
here
photo?
now? Wasn't this after the knife? Why is it here?
It's moving
The knife got
forward.
updated, I think. Something like that.
I mean, this is open. Oh! It's open in the crime scene photo. So how would it get
And?
on top? Wouldn't it get inside?
Ear.
Am I correct?
Oh, it's just represent.
Alright, I'm going to present. Wait, no. Wait, which one do I present?
going to
The crime
present-
scene
Either.
photo?
Either works here.
Okay, cool. Objection!
Presento.
You testified that you knocked the flower vase over, is that correct?
Yes.
And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case?
Is there something wrong with your throat?
No, there's not! Answer the question! It's not some problem, it's a major problem.
He's just slowly turning into a pain.
It's terminal.
It's terminal, just let me go. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water.
Oh my god.
What is this accent that I have fallen into?
Irish.
Is this Irish? I don't know.
It's a little
Sound
bit.
like Conor
Conor McGregor. However, that's exactly what's so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside.
You were right, Saba. They are green.
That's very true.
It's like seafoam green.
Mint green.
Okay, Saba has been muted.
Was that really that offensive
That's
to
the
your
truth,
No, it's
Jack.
a
You know I'm
joke.
correct.
God, take a joke. Jesus.
Zach
Man,
can't handle
what is
mint
that?
green.
See, he can't.
Adrian has been muted.
He's like allergic or something.
I actually, for a long while, mint actually did burn my throat. It doesn't anymore, so I kind of like it, but it did burn my throat before. Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. We can see here a dead body. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor.
And what's wrong with that?
If the guitar case was open when the case fell,
The shards would have been inside.
inside, not outside.
Now, what is your point, right?
I have
But the
many
case
of them.
was
My hair
closed
is
at the
very
time?
spiky.
The vase was knocked over. Your spiky hair. Is that all?
Oh, hiccups. No.
You transmitted it, Zach. It's because you didn't wear a fucking mask. Like, of course, Zach who doesn't wear masks. Fucking transmitting his hiccups to everyone on stream.
You're just being racist because I'm a white guy.
Maybe I am.
No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she hadn't touched anything. Okay.
Burned.
Sorry, I just decided to check like a Twitch stream. I was like, I should do that.
Job.
Are you gonna read
Uh-oh,
it or
apparently
no?
This is the thing.
Did
Me?
we lose you?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Job. Grant?
What's happening? Is Grant okay?
Did he get the hiccups too?
Grant, are you alive?
Am I alive?
Hello?
Hello, Grant.
Hi.
Did
Yeah,
you read
I
the
thought, and apparently my internet just cut out.
line?
So
Oh,
I
okay.
did
Alright,
but-
well,
hear me, so
Yes,
I'll
that's
do a
right. She
dramatic-
didn't implicitly.
okay.
I was gonna do a
No,
dramatic
go ahead.
rereading of it.
Please do.
I thought you were just gonna not say anything, and because we didn't hear Grant.
But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all.
It could have been brought there by her afterwards. It may very well be true. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it?
It seems there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Miss Wright, You think we need to hear more details about the guitar case, or should we end the stream here?
Because it is.
Oh,
it
that
is
was a really good
11:59.
segue.
That was a very good segue, yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright. Made some progress, had some bits on the stream.
We had some bits,
Yeah.
we revived some Grand
We-
Prix,
we had a- we had a-
revived some wideness.
We had a failed a bit where... well, we had a couple failed bits, but that's fine.
What were the failed bits? I don't remember anything failing. Everything was a huge success.
As
What are you,
always.
Trump?
Yes. No.
Maybe
Kill
so.
That's racist again because I'm a white guy.
Get his ass.
No, don't.
Alright, well, good stream, everyone.
God.
Alright.
I
Good
have
night,
to be up
everybody.
and I have to be up and I'm gonna be up all day tomorrow. Good
Oh,
night.
no.
Oof.
I mean, yeah, I got
Right.
work, so. Good
Good
night.
night. Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night, stream.